So Krishna is telling, oh Arjun, even these people, even the low born are eligible for liberation who take shelter of me. What to speak of twice born like you are? You are very much eligible if you follow the instructions. So means anybody who takes shelter of the lotus feet of a pure devotee of the Lord can get eligible for liberation. So what to speak of here? Prabhupada is taking shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, but the process of taking shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord is going through his pure representative, because we cannot directly approach the Supreme Lord. To take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord means to take shelter of the pure devotees. That is the real meaning. The pure devotee whose only business is serving are honored by the names Prabhupada and Vishnupad, which indicates such devotees to be representatives of the lotus feet of the Lord. So meaning of the word Prabhupada is one who has taken shelter, or one who is a representative of the lotus feet of the Lord. But then the question is, well, another meaning of Prabhupada is many person whose shelter is been taken by many other devotees. That's also meaning of Prabhupada. But then the question is, even if we go with the definition that Prabhupada gave, that devotee to be representative of the lotus feet of the Lord. But why the lotus feet of the Lord? Representative of the lotus feet of the Lord. Why doesn't it say devotee representative of the Lord? Why Prabhupada use the word lotus feet of the Lord? Well, the reason being, the lotus feet of the Lord, just like in Shikshashtakam verse also we chant this verse, na? Ai nanda tanuj kinkaram patitam mam vishme tamam buddho kripya to pad pankaj sit dhuli sadrisham vichinte. Please pick me up and put me as a speck of dust at your lotus feet. A devotee is worshipping, devotee is praying to Krishna. Means all the devotees, they take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord because they don't believe that they are qualified to even go higher than that. It is by mercy of Krishna, he can place them in any position. But devotees always feel that we are only qualified to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. And since all the devotees, all the predecessor acharyas also are at the lotus feet of the Lord, that's why it is said that such devotees or pure devotees represent the lotus feet of the Lord. Means because he is representing his previous acharyas who all have taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. This is the humility of a devotee, and he understands his position. It's not the same as Mayavadis who say we have become one with the Lord. A devotee never feels I have become one with the Lord. They become one with the Lord in the sense the desire is the same as that of the Lord. The desire of the Lord is to bring back the fallen conditioned souls, and the desire of the devotees is also to take the fallen conditioned souls back to the Supreme Lord. That way they are one, as the desire is one. But a devotee never feels, or never even thinks that I'm going to become one as good as the Lord. They always feel I just need to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. And all the predecessor acharyas, they feel that they are at the lotus feet of the Lord, and that's why Prabhupada is writing Vishnupada. Prabhupada means which indicates such devotees to be representatives of the lotus feet of the Lord. Anyone therefore who takes shelter of the lotus feet of a pure devotee by accepting the pure devotee as a spiritual master can be at once purified. Such devotees of the Lord are honored equally with the Lord because they are engaged in the most confidential service of the Lord, for they deliver out of the material world the fallen souls whom the Lord wants to return home back to Godhead. Such pure devotees are better known as wise lords according to revealed scriptures because they are representative of the Lord. Or we can say just like an ambassador of a country. If ambassador of a country, if he's in any other country, that country respects the ambassador as much as the head of the state of uh, that particular country. So the ambassador or the devotees of the Lord also considered as ambassadors of the spiritual world, because they are representing the work, they are representing the Supreme Lord. So they are respected as much as the Supreme Lord, but they are not the Supreme Lord. That Prabhupada again and again clarified. Just like in morning prayers also we sing, yes, Sakshat Dharitvena Samasta Shastra. Means a spiritual master is as good as the Lord, Sakshat Dharitvena. He is as good as the Supreme Lord. Samasta Shastra, it's mentioned in all the scriptures, but he is not the Supreme Lord. He's as good as, because he knows the purpose of the Supreme Lord and he's working to fulfill that purpose of the Supreme Lord. The sincere disciples of a pure devotee consider him equal with the Lord, but the pure devotee always considers himself to be humble servant of the Lord. This is the pure devotional path. So see, in this one paragraph or one purport, Prabhupada has given so much insight into the Supreme Lord or the pure devotional service. So he, pure devotee, always considered himself a humble servant of the servant, not even servant of the Supreme Lord. He considers himself servant of the Lord. Although he gets honored as good as the Lord himself. So text 16. Kova bhagavatastasya punya shlokedya karmana shuddhi kamo na shrinu yad yasha kali malapaham. Who is there desiring deliverance from the vices of the age of quarrel, who is not willing to hear the virtuous glories of the Lord? Means one who, these are the questions asked by the sages of Naimisharanya. So they are saying, if somebody desiring deliverance from these faults or the problems of Kali Yuga, one has to hear the virtuous glories of the Lord. What are the problems of Kali Yuga that they explained earlier? Men are short-lived, always quarreling, they are disturbed, they don't have good fortune, they're misfortunate. So all these problems and many more that we will study when we get to 12th Canto of Bhagavatam, they all can be removed by hearing the virtuous glories of the Supreme Lord. The age of Kali is the most condemned age due to its quarrelsome features. Kali Yuga is so saturated with vicious habits that there is a great fight at the slightest misunderstanding that we can see. Even at slightest misunderstanding, there could be lots of fights, lots of allegations, lots of accusations, and so many court cases also. They are there because of slightest misunderstanding, and Kali Yuga is the day and age of fighting. Nobody has any patience or tolerance anymore. Those who are engaged in the pure devotional service of the Lord, who are without any desire for self-aggrandizement, and who are freed from the effects of fruitive actions and dry philosophical speculations, are capable of getting out of the estrangements of this complicated age. So the way to get out of this complicated age of Kali Yuga is, number one, engaging in pure devotional service, no desire for self-prestige or my name should be sung everywhere, and who are freed from the effects of karma and jnana. Only pure devotional service. The leaders of the people are very much anxious to live in peace and friendship, but they have no information of the simple method of hearing the glories of the Lord. So how to bring about the peace and friendship in the society is by hearing pure devotion, by hearing the glories of the Lord, hearing and chanting. And later on, Prabhupada writes, if we want actual peace, we must open the road to understanding of the Supreme Lord Krishna and glorify him for his virtuous activities as they are depicted on the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. And even further on, towards the end of Srimad Bhagavatam, the last verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is about the glories of the holy name, the chanting of the holy name. Means if one just chants a holy name, he'll achieve everything. All the perfections that one is desiring for can be achieved only by chanting, congregational chanting of the holy names. Text 17. Tasya karmani udarani parigitani suribhi bruhina shadadhananam lilya dadata kala. His transcendental acts are magnificent and gracious, and great learned sages like Narad sing of them. Please therefore speak to us, who are eager to hear about the adventures he performs in his various incarnations. And now they are asking about other incarnations also. The personality of Godhead is never inactive, as some less intelligent persons suggest. As some less intelligent person, they say, the Supreme Lord, or Supreme Absolute Truth is Nirakar. He has no form. No form means no activities either. So that's not the truth. His activities are Nitya. Nitya means eternal. Eternal activities and very sweet pastimes are there. His works are magnificent and magnanimous. His creations, both material and spiritual, are all wonderful and contain all variegatedness. There's so much of variety even in this material world, or even if we can think of just this city of Delhi, there is so much of variety in plants, animals, human beings, activities, so many things going on. So what to speak of the whole world and what to speak of the whole universe? And this is just one material universe. So much of variety. So why can't there be variety in the spiritual world, which is the source of everything? Because people cannot conceive of this. They say, oh, the ultimate source is all Nirakar, is Brahm Jyoti. Everybody just merges there and just does nothing. But this is wrong philosophy. They are described nicely by such liberated souls. They are described means his works or his pastimes are described nicely by such liberated souls as Srila Narad, Vyas, Valmiki, Deva, Lasit, Madhva, Sri Chaitanya, Ramanuja, Vishnu Swami, Nimbarkar, Sridhar, Vishwanath, Baldev, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Siddhanta Saraswati, and many other learned and self-realized souls. Prabhupada, out of his humility, he didn't put down his name. He just stopped at his Guru Maharaj's name here. These creations, both material and spiritual, are full of opulence, beauty, and knowledge. But the spiritual realm is more magnificent due to its being full of knowledge, bliss, and eternity. Spiritual realm, spiritual world is completely different from material world. The material creations are manifested for some time as perverted shadows of the spiritual kingdom and can be likened to cinemas. Cinemas, they attract people of less intelligent caliber who are attracted by false things. So cinemas or movies that we go to, they're what? They're just some false story created by the director, producer produces it, writer writes the scripts, and then the dialogue writers, they all get together, they make a movie, which is nothing true. There's nothing true in that. And they show, we go watch that movie. It's another reason for us to watch that movie is in a dark cinema hall, dark theater, because we have to be in ignorance to think that movie is real. That's the significance of darkness. Because as soon as the lights come on, we see this is all unreal. There's a screen and there's a beam of light being projected and people are acting around. And we pay money to be in illusion, to be in ignorance, to be in darkness. And we feel happy afterwards. We pay so much of money. There's less money involved if we go to temple or we listen to some satsang, some katha, which gives us the knowledge of the absolute truth, knowledge of our truth, reality, and how to get out of this material world. But we don't want to go for that. We want to pay more money to be in illusion or ignorance, and we feel happy about it. This is also the ensnarement of Maya. Such foolish people have no information of the reality, and they take it for granted that the false material manifestation is all in all. But more intelligent men, guided by sages like Vyas and Narad, know that the eternal kingdom of God is more delightful, larger, and eternally full of bliss and knowledge. So that is, and the soul can only be happy over there because soul is made of Sat, Chit, and Ananda. The soul can only be completely happy, in complete bliss, only in the spiritual world. But instead of trying to, aspiring to go there, we in Kali Yuga, especially in Kali Yuga, people are happy fighting here in ignorance, and they think this is all in all. His transcendental realms are sometimes favored by the Lord in his adventures as incarnations, wherein he displays the eternal bliss of his association in the transcendental realm. By such activities, he attracts the conditioned souls of the material world. So this is a real purpose of Krishna or his incarnations, coming and performing the pastime, performing the Leela, is to attract the conditioned souls to the spiritual realm. And to give the conditioned souls a taste. Well, we are here to give us a taste, to give us a taste of the sweetness of the pastimes that we can enjoy, that we can relish when we are in the spiritual world. And later on, Prabhupada writes, the last paragraph, as a supreme controller of both the material and spiritual worlds, the Lord has different incarnations of unlimited categories. His unlimited incarnations of unlimited categories. That's how he is. Incarnations like Brahma, Rudra, Manu, Prithu, Vyas are his material qualitative incarnations. But his incarnations like Ram, Narsimha, Varaha, Vaman are his transcendental incarnations. Lord Shri Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnations, and he is therefore the cause of all causes. So he is Sarva Karana Karana. So later on it will be described how he is the Supreme Lord, how is the Bhagwan Swayam. He is the cause of all causes. All the incarnations come from him only. So that's why the sages, they knew that, and that's why they were more eager to hear about the pastimes of Krishna himself. So we'll start the next theme tomorrow. So any questions or comments? And today is Ekadashi, so I hope everybody is aware of that, and I hope everybody is planning to chant more rounds than usual. We try to chant minimum 25 rounds today. So what if you're not chanting 16, so try to chant 16. If you're less than 16, try to chant an extra round or 2 extra rounds today. So anybody has any questions or comments?
Prabhuji, I couldn't. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I somehow missed that thing what you were saying that why Prabhupada didn't write the devotee, why did he write the lotus feet? Could you just explain that once more? There was some network issue, so I missed it.
Okay. The devotees, the pure devotees of the Lord, they take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. They never consider themselves that we have become so advanced that we are gone beyond the lotus feet, that we have either become a gopi or a manjari or something like that. They always feel we are very fallen, and so we have to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. That's our only shelter. That's our only hope. So Prabhupada writes, then the devotee who's a representative of the Lord is actually, he's representing all these previous acharyas who are at the lotus feet of the Lord. So he feels that I am a representative of the lotus feet of the Lord only. I'm not even a representative of the Lord. I'm just a representative of the lotus feet of the Lord, because all my previous acharyas are at the lotus feet of the Lord. That's why. That's where the name Prabhu Pad. Pad means feet, lotus feet. And Prabhu means the Supreme Lord, so lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So that's also one meaning of Prabhupada. I hope it's clear. Any other question or comment? I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure if this was a live class, there would be more questions or interactions. Yes, Radha Prabhu.
Yes, I said yes, that's true. Because we are more encouraged to speak when we are in person. This looks like
Yeah,
we
I
are
know.
preaching.
Yeah, this is very impersonal way of preaching, but still better than nothing.
Something is better, yeah.
So should we stop here? Because next theme will start from text 18. So we'll take it up tomorrow.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you all very much. Have a happy Ekadashi, happy chanting. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jai
Thank
Shri
Hare Krishna.
Ram.